What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the German Bear Podcast. And today we want to take a closer look at Chicago Bears rookie Austin Booker's first performance in the Chicago Bears uniform in the 2024 Hall of Fame game. And this is one of the most exciting episodes of the entire preseason, and I bet I'm going to do another film room episode on Austin Booker and how he performed in another preseason game this year. But I think the Hall of Fame game for him was a really great first game overall, and I did not expect to see some of the offensive linemen that we're going to talk about today that he went up against in this game. So I really think he got some quality reps against some really good players, and it tells us a lot about what Austin Booker is actually going to be and what he's going to do for the Chicago Bears moving forward, maybe earlier rather than later than some people think, for him being a 5th round pick. Now, with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into his overall statistics for the game, which are not eye-popping, but as soon as we'll go into the film room, you're going to see he had a big impact in this game and showed a lot of good things. But overall, he had 24 snaps in this game, 14 pass rush snaps, 9 run defense snaps, and 1 coverage snap, which we're going to look at today as well. He had 1 tackle and 1 quarterback hurry, and all were outside in a wide 9 stance. Now, with that being said, let's get actually into it and look into his performance and go into the film room. And we want to start off with one clip here on the All-22 for him against the Houston Texans, where he is starting off really hot with a one-arm bull rush right here. Would have been a quarterback hit, in my opinion, if the teammate was not in the way. But this really just shows all I love about him and coming out of college, what he already showed as well on his college tape. Very good and explosive get off on this play. He gets vertical to work the leverage and create space for him to work with as well on this one, and lands a perfect punch with his left hand on the exposed chest, and then turns all of this speed in combination with his power into a bull rush and just really powers back that tackle into the pocket and then gets free, and then, as I said, unfortunately runs into his own defensive lineman who also got through. And the crazy part is he absolutely trucked our own defensive lineman, which was also crazy and just shows his power, but gets the access to the chest and then just one arm bull rushes the tackle. Great way to early on start off in this game and just set the tone. And the big thing is, this is actually against a pretty good tackle. It's against Blake Fisher, who we're going to see on another rush today as well, who was a 2nd round pick for Houston this year in the draft. So this is a guy they have a lot of high hopes in. So do we have in Austin Booker, obviously, but it's actually good competition, and it doesn't stop there, as we'll see on the next play actually, which is a beautiful stunt, which shows also his agility and just his ability to make a stunt happen, which is really exciting for me come regular season. But right here on this play, he's looping around to the inside on a stunt with number 78. The play here shows his motor and agility, as I said, and I really believe this showcases that Austin Booker can be a phenomenal looper for us, because Gervon Dexter is a guy that can really set up stunts well, and I think 78 does not do a perfect job here to create a better lane here for Austin Booker, so he really has to work for his money here. But man, he absolutely does. I mean, first of all, explosive get off to work back inside, then lubes and gets a one-on-one against Juice Scruggs. So talking about good competition, Juice Scruggs should be the starter for the Houston Texans, the starting center going into the season. He was a 2nd round pick last year, actually. So again, very good competition that Austin Booker is facing here. That's why I don't think the Hall of Fame game was really just, or can be just labeled in that case as a play against the backups, because he's literally facing starters and high competition here, which is great, because it was so much fun seeing how he was competing against these guys. And right here just shows that he's an absolute athlete, the way he changes the direction against Juice Scruggs and then swims over him. And I think this is a holding on Juice Scruggs. I don't think he would have made a huge impact on the play, but he would have been through and maybe have gotten a quarterback hit. I definitely believe that if he wasn't being held here by Juice Scruggs, but it just shows he can be a looper for us, especially with better setup players like Gervon Dexter, and the way he just worked back inside and changed direction. Very, very interesting and intriguing stuff right here by Austin Booker. Now, another play that we want to look at is I just caught this such a good rush, this play against Blake Fisher, again, the second rounder from this year's draft for the Houston Texans, and pretty much same as the first clip. Very explosive and a great angle here, being vertical and creating space for himself. And this clip really shows his power, though. I mean, holy damn. He throws Fisher all the way back and then works underneath of them to get free, and just the power on that pop and the way he just throws him back is so impressive. Another great example of why he will be a early impact player, in my opinion, against good competition here. He just shows that he has the power that it takes to play against NFL caliber players, and the speed was never a doubt, and he exactly looked like this in college, and it translates well so far. Obviously it's just one game, but I'm gonna be on it because Austin Booker is a phenomenal player. So excited that he is actually a Chicago Bear, but really good rush here once again. Then another play which is against a new tackle, but absolutely no problem for Austin Booker. Repeating myself here, but again, very explosive get off, which is absolutely what you want from your edge. And then you see him use all his space that he has to charge up the speed to absolutely translate into power and just demolish that tackle again. This rush really shows the timing of the punch here too, and the placement. When we take a closer look here, the chest is exposed and he has an excellent timing on this punch. As soon as the chest is actually exposed, he's going to place his arm there, and then one arm bull rushes him again. I think that's just so damn impressive. And yeah, I can't say it enough, but really good stuff right here. And right here, also to mention, bully through all the way to the quarterback. I think that could have been a sack if the teammate wasn't there first. I mean, he got there in a rush really quickly. So obviously great play by his teammate here, by the defensive lineman who got a fumble, I think. But yeah, Austin Booker would have been there to clean up and get a sack here. So that was on time, pure power, setting it up, charging himself up with speed. Really impressive stuff. And then the last true pass rush snap that we want to look at today is another one that shows his change of direction. We saw one clip earlier. This one does it again on a 3rd and long right here. He gets vertical again, same look as before that he showed a couple of times down today's video, but the big difference on this rush is that he actually just sets something up to work back underneath, because the tackle right here oversets lightly and then just kind of does a crossover basketball type of move to work back underneath. Crazy pop and explosiveness from his right plant foot to get back underneath, and he also got there in under 3 seconds. I mean, this was a 3rd and long, and they were just trying to get a better punt situation going to Texans. But if he gets the same production here and that first guy is covered, man, he's right there in the quarterback's face, sacking him. And again, just the explosiveness was off the charts on this play. He just pops inside, and the way he jumps off from that plant foot, I'm repeating myself again, but crazy stuff. And I loved to watch that on display here on this play too. So overall, from a rushing performance, really impressive stuff, and I'm looking forward to see more Austin Booker in the preseason and obviously in the record of the season too, because as I mentioned earlier, I think he's going to be an impact player right away. And then the last play that we want to look at today is a more special one because he only did it once. I mentioned it in the beginning of the video, but he had one coverage snap, and I think this is a really cool play overall. I want to go into detail a little bit of what the Chicago Bears did right here in preseason Week 1 Hall of Fame game, but they dropped Austin Booker, first of all, into the middle coverage. We're in a middle zone coverage here on a cover 3 look for the Chicago Bears. I would classify this as a cover 3 sky because we got one safety dropping down and one rotating to the middle. Could also be a cover 3 buzz with a linebacker playing the flats. But what the Chicago Bears do actually right here is giving up the flats because they will blitz a linebacker. One linebacker is being replaced by actually Austin Booker, and then the nickel corners also blitzing. So we're trying to get pressure here with blitzing and rushing 5 people onto the Texans, and at the same time we're giving up flats to the weak side 2x2 side here on the bottom of the screen. Which is totally fine because we got Elijah Hicks dropping down, and as I said, I would say it's probably a cover 3 sky, so he's dropping down and got probably the flats here. It's hard to tell, but as you see, it works out perfectly. We get pressure, force the quarterback to get the ball out quick, and then Elijah Hicks, who's going to play the flats right here, is coming down and makes a huge tackle for a minimal gain of maybe 1 to 2 yards. So from a play concept wise, that worked out perfectly for the Chicago Bears. Cover 3 sky with a blitz, getting Austin Booker into middle zone coverage, and Elijah Hicks just tackling a dude for 2 yards. You gotta love preseason, guys. This is absolutely beautiful. But also for Austin Booker, when we look what he does on this play, really good agility, the way he just moves into coverage. I think that's something he can definitely add to the Chicago Bears, and he will be able to cover the flats. So showed his versatility a little bit here. Good rep from him, and overall, I thought this was a great way to end this video because, yeah, just perfect play, how it worked out, and a great design. Really love the creativity here. That was so much fun. But with that being said, for a quick conclusion, I think Austin Booker, for his first game in the NFL against good competition, as I explained earlier, I think he did a phenomenal job of showcasing all his skills that he showed in college, translating well to the NFL. And as I said a couple of times now, I think he's going to be a really big impact player for the Chicago Bears, at least as a rotational guy overall early on, and then hopefully blossom into a very good starter for us in the next upcoming years. But I really enjoyed making this episode. And with that being said, that's actually the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think of Austin Booker's first preseason performance for the Chicago Bears. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. It's completely free. Check out Instagram and Twitter if you want to as well. And as always, guys, bear down.